What up, everybody? This is your boy Cruz, the Beast from the East, and I'm back with you again tonight. That's right, we got a double header for you. The first time in history that we've had back-to-back interviews through our live broadcast. And if you think the first one with Zane was off the chain, well, I got another one that's going to be pop, 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 pop. None other than Miss Keisha Starr. And
How
I'm
are
telling you
you?
right now, what's up going on, fam?
Hey, what's up? Listen, I am just happy you said this history back to back.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, that's right. You
how
making
y'all doing?
it you making history up in here, girl.
Okay. I mean, listen, anytime I come on, history is gonna be made now.
You
Okay.
know, you know. Look, what I like for you to do is, again, if anybody don't know who Keisha Starr is, like I said with Zane, they've been living up on the rock. But for those that do still live up under the rock, go ahead and tell them about this Baltimore honey from the from B More.
Yes, how you doing, everybody? First and foremost, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Mr. Cruz, for having me on. My name is Dr. Keisha Wizzart, but I pen under the author name Keisha Starr. I'm a New York Times best-selling author. I'm a mother of two, a blogger, songwriter. I also do expressive writing facilitation. If it has anything to do with writing, I am in the mix of it. As he stated, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. But my family is from Kingston, Jamaica. So you always gonna hear me say big up Jamaica. I go big it up every time. And yeah, I just released my book, Jamaican Me Go Crazy Part 2. Part 1 is already out, and it's a banger. I can just let you know that right off top.
Absolutely. And in fact, what I was doing was I had the video clip here. That joint. Tell us about the first of all. You have been writing since what 10?
Yes. I want to even say before 10. You know what? Um, in elementary school, I think I was first of all, I was born into a family of writers. So that's off the top. My whole family writes. My mom is a writer. My father, God rest his soul, was a songwriter. My grandmother was a author and a poet. She wrote poetry. So I was always writing and dibbing and dabbling. But I don't think anyone paid me any mind until they had a little writing contest in school. Um, and I didn't know I was being a little first of all, I was doing Black Lives Matters before Black Lives Matters, because back then I think I wrote a story about it was called a visit to the museum, and it was a Caucasian family who went to the museum, and the little girl was like, "Mom, who are these people that look like me but they're darker?" And the mother was basically saying, those are African Americans. They once existed, on earth, but a lot of things led to their demise, and I talked about slavery. And mind you, I'm in elementary school doing all of this. And my teacher, she sent it off. And next thing I know, my mom came in and they said I was published, a published author. I was published in a book. And from there, I just always been writing and doing little crafty things. And then it caught the attention in my hometown. I became known as the poem girl. As soon as someone passed away, I was at the funeral writing poems like I knew them, even if I didn't know them. All I would ask, like, tell me something about them. I would sit and write a poem, for them. So anytime someone passed away, I was the poem girl. And my family had a reggae band, a determination band. And so they brought me on stage once, and I went out there and I was singing. And that led to them, telling me to write a song. And then I started writing songs and everything. So I think that's when my family really realized that, oh my gosh, she don't just write books. She's a writer, And of course, I wanted to be behind the scenes. I did not want to be, I want to say a artist. Let me say this. I was 300 pounds, so I didn't feel like I could be an artist. I knew it was going to be difficult for me to kind of break into the industry. But shout out to everyone else that did. But I knew it was going to be hard for me. So I didn't want to be. I didn't anticipate on being an artist. I used to pay people to sing the songs that I write. And then one day my mom said, "We're not paying anyone. You're going to do it." And so I was like, okay. And I did it. But I was voicing my music but I was trying to get placement. You know, I was trying to, when I was singing, I wasn't singing for myself. I was singing because I was trying to get the songs placed. And then my uncle sent the songs to Sly and Robbie, who are big producers in Jamaica. They produce some of the biggest Jamaican artists, as you know. And Sly and Robbie sent it over to Def Jam. And then Def Jam, I thought that when they called my phone, when Randy Anker called my phone, you know, I thought someone was playing on the phone. I hung up on him 3 times. You know? I hung up on him 3 times. And then I realized it was a so real moment. So when I had major record labels calling to get songs, then I felt so comfortable. You know, I felt comfortable in my writing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope when Def Jam calls you. I had a young lady that my first client as a PR person was Dondria she was with Jermaine Dupri. I was like, man, so that was it's like, so when you got that call, you said you hung up on the man 3 times.
I hung up on him 3 times. It's like, hey, this is, you know, Randy Anker from Def Jam, or, you know, and I was like, okay, well, Randy Anker, and I'm hanging up because I'm sweating somebody's playing on the phone. And I was like, wait a minute, is this real? And then, you know, we kind of answered the phone and realized it was real. And then from Def Jam, then I got a call from Universal. So it was just like, okay, I can really do this. And my focus was on music. But it was actually with writing books. I was writing books, I want to say, right? I kind of picked it up around the same time as I realized that they were calling for the music, but it was the same time that I read A Coldest Winter. So me reading that book, and I always say this, when I read that book, I was amazed at the genre, you know, and it wasn't just an urban fiction. It was a well-written urban fiction story. It was well written, and I loved it, and I fell in love, and I just picked up and started writing, you know. And I tell everybody, when I first started writing that book, this book that you see today, this series started off, I wish I brought it upstairs. You should have seen, Matt, I'm not lying to you. Hold on. This is my resource book from work because I'm sitting in my office. Right. I lied to you not. This is how thick. I had a binder like this. And I spent about $1 million really getting them printed, getting the pages printed. And I was really trying to send big old books. Like, I mean, you should have saw me talk about I'm about to get an agent and I'm selling this. I had no clue what I was doing. So I've grown into the title of author. I've grown into that. I've learned so much since I first started doing it, but I enjoy it.
Now, when that first book became a New York Times bestseller, which is every author's dream and ambition, what was that feeling like, Keisha?
So Jamaican Me Crazy was the first book I wrote, but that wasn't the first book that was published. That wasn't even a story that made it to New York Times bestseller. It was actually Dying to Be a Star. And Nikki Turner put it out. Nikki Turner Presents. It was published under Nikki Turner. And I wrote it so quick, you know, because again, it's like when I met, like just sitting, having Zane with my book release, how it was like caught in a moment. I just went from reading Nikki Turner's book, A Hustler's Wife, to someone saying, I know her and I can introduce you. You know, I can put you on the phone together. And I'm like, you could? And they put us on the phone. And then before I know it, Nikki was in Baltimore, you know, and that is like a big sister to me now. So when that book came out, she was like, could you write this? And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna write it. I'll stay up and write it tonight if I have to, you know. And I wrote that story so quick. And I didn't even know I made it to the New York best-selling author. My friend Monique, who also was writing an anthology, was the one that told me. Because I was sitting, I said, you said what now? Like, she's like, you know, you need to put your credentials in your name. Like, you need to. And I was like, I just really had no clue. And I don't think it really hit me again. Sometimes I don't get to live in the moment because I'm always on to the next. But I want to say it was a surreal moment. And I loved it, but it was like, okay, oh my God, I did this. What can I do next? how can I take it up a notch? I never get comfortable or settled. Like, I got my PhD, and I'm not lying to you. I was so mad. I was happy and mad when I got my PhD, because it was like, wait a minute, I don't have no more degrees to get. Like, what can I do next to go? That's how my thought process is always. It could be a blessing and a curse sometimes.
Especially like I said, when you're an overachiever, it's always looking for that kind of like almost what they said, that next high, that next Mount Everest that you want to climb. Want to go back here, and I want you to set the stage, because I do have the trailer for Jamaican Me Go Crazy, the initial. So set that up, and let's talk about that, and then I'm gonna play the clip from that.
Okay.
Oh, I love this. Tell us about.
Oh, I thought you was about to play the clip. So, are you playing the clip for part 1 or part 2?
This is gonna be part 1. We're gonna go old school part 1.
Okay. So, I'm gonna just discuss the book. So, Jamaican Me Go Crazy is about a young lady named Jamaica that was born into a family, I want to say, of hustlers. And her parents hustled. They had money, but her parents also took the legit route. They cleaned up their dirty money, and Jamaica became a product of that environment. It was almost like, again, that early exposure to seeing her parents hustle had already kind of got embedded into her DNA. So when she was faced with a dilemma that she felt was a dilemma, she wanted to basically step out on her own. She wanted to live in her own shadow. She didn't want to be a young lady. She wanted to go out. She felt like her, and then she had a best friend named Aisha, who also had some issues going on too. And they both wanted to just kind of step out on their own. So they decided to start a business of their own. And that business is, I can say it now because part 2 is out. That business was an illegal brothel. And so you can say that they became pimpstress, sort of say. They became pimpsters.
So they were running a whole house.
They was running a high price whole house. And they made money. They became successful. They set out and they did everything that they set out to do. But in life, that's what happens. There's always a curveball get thrown. And so, especially when money and fame and fortune, and you have 2 people with eagle trips and that power, and they what comes with it. It comes betrayal, deceit, and it could be the root of all evil. And in part 1, you just see exactly what money can do to not only a friendship but a family.
All right, well, we're ready to set this up here, and again, everybody, check this out. This is Jamaican Me Go Crazy Part 1.
I love how you're playing the trailer. Shout out to Gotti for shooting this. And as you can see, that's Jamaica when she was young, and her 2 friends. This is like a really dope interview, y'all. Let me see if I can let y'all see. So he's playing the trailer. My Facebook looking at you too now. So, okay.
That is absolutely. Wait a minute. There's another part here we got to get.
Oh, yeah. So that was part one.
Yes, and we're gonna have to. I'm gonna cue it up in just a few minutes to do part two before, so that again everybody will go and make sure that they get the freaking book.
But let me
And
tell
see,
them, for you, let me tell you what I can do too. If
okay,
anybody want part one, I am giving it out for free right now. Because guess what? Jamaica's a hustler, and so am I. I told you. I'm always looking. I'm gonna ante up. I'm gonna throw these testers out to you guys. I'm gonna
all
speak
right,
that street terminology. You can log on to, if you email me to book Keisha Starr, that's BOOKKEISHASTARR @gmail.com, and say, send me my free copy. I'll send you your free copy of Jamaican Me Crazy Part 1. And I'm so confident that you gonna come back for part 2. That's why I'm gonna send you part 1. Because listen, I have a tagline. There's a reason why hustlers give out testers. They ain't just it's a reason. You gonna come back.
hello, exactly. Once you try the product one time, you
Listen, you try that product.
yeah,
Don't come back.
no doubt. Well, you mentioned part 2 here, and guess what we're getting ready to do is
Like play
show
part
the
2.
yeah, we'll show the trailer for part 2. Let me
Hey.
get it up and going.
Let me see if y'all can see this. Part 2. You can't hear it, but his viewers can hear it. Sorry, my Facebook and sorry that y'all can't hear it. Why he's playing it? Do y'all like my shirt? I keep telling y'all this rap. Oh my goodness. In order to be willing, you have to be ready. In order to be ready, you have to be able. And in order to be able, you have to be powerful. That's just what this stands for. I love it. I love it. I love it. Miss Downs, you on to something, girl. So I don't. And a little thing, if Jamaica look crazy, different to you, it's because she is.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, so Jamaica has changed.
She's a little bit more grown now or something.
Yes.
So the first one was shot in Jamaica.
No, that you not go that. You could say it. It was shot on Paul Kites. That is Little Kingston. So yes, let's just say it was shot in the Jamaica district of Baltimore, Maryland.
That's dope. That is so dope.
And if you guys go to YouTube and just punch in Jamaican Me Go Crazy, both trailers will come up and you can watch the full trailers. But I try to write, when I write my books, I don't just sit down and write a book. I think about a whole movie, a production. So that's how I outline my books, and my plot, everything. I set it up to make it be set up kind of just like if you're watching a movie. I say, even on my website, I say we write books. We write movies in book format. That's what we do.
Let me ask you a question, man. I'm gonna have to have you back again because there's so much stuff we got to cover. But in terms of becoming an author, what advice would you give those that are aspiring to follow along the same path and hopefully have their books turn into movies like yours has?
I would say it's not turned into a movie yet, but thanks for speaking it into existence because it will be. I would say, listen, keep writing. Keep writing. Don't let anyone tell you anything. There's going to be a lot of critics out there, but be your number one fan. You also got to do some research. Everybody is not a writer. Like you could tell a funny joke, a funny story when you go around the family, but that don't mean you could pick up and write a book. But that's not to say that you can't either. Learn it, just like how you would learn any craft. There's a craft to writing a book. Learn it, learn the format. Also, align yourself with people who know what they're doing. Have a mentor that is not just someone who is going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to know. And for me, Victoria Christopher Murray is my mentor, and that was nothing but a blessing. I have Nikki Turner that I can go to if I need to ask her something, but I have Victoria Christopher Murray, who has 2 movies that's hitting Lifetime, and I can pick up and ask a question. Also, one thing that someone said into a group on Clubhouse that is so true that I want to mention: own your ISBN number. Own it. Go get it from Bonkers. You'll see someone say, you don't have to pay for that. You can use mine, or it's free. Own it, because if someone else own that, they own your book in a nutshell. Let's be honest. You cannot make a change in the book without going through them. Wow. And if you decide to do anything later on, you will have to republish that book under a whole new ISBN number. So that's what I'm saying. It's all about learning. Get into these book groups. Ask questions. I have a group. It's called ExSTARdinary Writers. It's on Facebook. ExSTARdinary Writers. That's on Facebook. You can ask any question in there. We're going to answer. It's for readers, and it's for anyone that's an author, whatever. If you are literary affiliated, you can come into that group.
That's amazing, because you're right. It's just like the music industry, which you've been a part of. If you don't know the foundations and the mechanics, you would end up getting screwed, period.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Like, you can write a best-selling book, and you will have a worth-selling bank account, So you have to know the craft, know what you're doing, ask the right questions. Don't get so excited that you want to put it out there. Do your due diligence and learn it and ask questions, the right questions. And as I stated, I'm always going to be Keisha, humble. Like, you can ask me anything. I don't care if I sell 1 book to 1 million books. If I'm available and accessible, I'm always willing to throw out that knowledge if you need it.
And you are absolutely right. You are so humble and down to earth. When we were communicating back and forth, and we had the scheduling problems, you like, yo, I got this going on, and most people would try to hide that information, but now you like very transparent, and I really appreciate that.
Yes, I mean, you might as well be. Somebody know you think you lying for your card.
So, as we conclude, what's next for Keisha Starr? Like I said, you keep, rewriting your history and history for those that are in your camp. So, what's next for you?
So, Mr. Federal Government, they don't just give you that doctor's degree. They come knocking for their student loan. So, I started my own counseling practice. It's called Write for My Soul. WRITE, the number 4, My Soul, which is an expressive writing facilitation. So what we do is we heal trauma, mental health illness, anger management, or you could just want to tune up, just preserve your that good mental space. But we do that through the literary art of writing, so we do different evidence-based guided writing prompts. I do ghostwriting. So again, if you want to write your book, but you don't want to write your book, but you want your name to go on it, you can call me. I do consultations, songwriting. I'm still doing that. But one of the biggest things that I'm so excited about, I started an online course, which is called Write for My Soul. It's an online course, and it's a step-by-step guide to dealing with trauma, but then turning your pain into payments. So you're going to write a book. So many people always saying, I'm telling you, you need to write my life story. And at first I used to be like, all right, so what's your life story? And then I heard some that I'd be like, okay, the last girl told me that. But then I heard some that I'm like, what? So I'm like, you experienced that, and it's almost like, what better way than to help somebody else than to share it and take back that power from that trauma and end it on your terms. So What I do is we don't write autobiographies. We write fiction or creative nonfiction. So we'll take your life and somebody could be, people ask me, was this book about me? This is Jamaican Me Crazy 2. Here's part 1. And people keep saying, they ask that, is that about you? No, but was it inspired by some things that happened in my life? Yes, that's what creative nonfiction is about. So creative nonfiction is telling real stories in an entertaining way. And you don't necessarily just come out. So
All right, and somebody's out there making sure that we get the. I'm sure
oh
that
my
they
God.
got the
Tasha,
information.
I love Tasha is my listen. Shout out to Tasha. She didn't know her gift. Like the thing she was doing behind the scene and what she didn't even have to. I was like, God, do you know that what you're doing is PR work? Like, do you understand that? Like, I love her. And we actually went to school. We graduated together. So it's so good to have. Shout out to Carver High School, class of 97, the best class of that is. So, we stick together. We help each other. And that's what she's doing. So if you want that book, email book KeishaStarr@gmail.com. Definitely go to my webpage, ExSTARdinary.com, ExSTARdinary.com. I can be reached on Facebook at Keisha Starr and at Keisha Starr fan page, IG, Twitter, and Clubhouse is at Keisha Starr. So y'all have no excuse.
There you go. And then we got the if you want to order the book, there it is.
So,
no excuse. It's right here on the screen.
No excuse. And the book both books are available everywhere books are sold. However, if you want to get a signed copy by me, I'm like literally, and I don't have good handwriting, but I've been sitting in here signing these books away. My kids like, Mommy, put the pen down. But it's been fun. I've been signing books, and everyone that bought early got it's still in here. But it was like a diamond star book holder. It's so good, like a pendant stuck in there. So if you order from my website or maybe on Facebook, the links that Tasha is putting out, it comes directly from me. That's my way of being able to adhere to social distancing. So that's how I was able to do my book launch, a book release, a book signing without physically seeing everyone. I'm still signing books. So
that's amazing. Amazing. I got to have my sign on my.
You're getting it. Mr. Cruz, you're getting it. You already know that.
I appreciate you. And I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule tonight, being here with us. And again, we're going to bring you back because you got some more amazing things that you're going to be doing.
Working on another book.
Yeah, this is your home for if you got breaking news. So you just you hit us up.
I will.
And let us know. Say, hey, Cruz, I got something going on. So I'm like, okay, girl.
That's all you have to tell me. Shout out to everyone, my team, Tasha, my brother, Deron, Darnitris, that my whole team that was behind me, Malia, Ty Hill. I want to shout out, I want you to check out Cards Face Up podcast. From one podcast to another, you need to bring Ty Hill on and y'all can talk on that. That's a good podcast too. And just shout everybody out. You spread the love, but I can't go without saying rap. So listen, support Black. Listen, when I see something that's good, I love supporting it. And so and I've been shouting it out. I just think that the message behind it is amazing. So it's like when you're willing to be willing, you have to be ready. And to be ready, you have to be able. To be able, you have to be powerful. And this is a Black-owned company. So you guys, I will. She's probably on watching, but I love it. I love the color and everything. Thank you, boo.
That is so dope. And, you're right. We have to support each other. And I tell people all the time that, we started off 10 years ago on Blog Talk. And we started interviewing, celebrities like Tammy Roman and basketball players. And so now we have a 24-hour internet radio station. We just won an award for the best internet radio station for the month of December. And we have this live streaming now. So you're right. Anything is possible. You just got to put in the work. It's just like, I'm going to go back to my street days here. You don't.
Hustle.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get out there. You got to be on your game. You got to be smart about it. You got to know the game. You got to know the tricks of the trade and know where to stay away from the various traps at. So,
and I think you have an amazing platform. I thank you for even making me to be able to come on here and talk about my book and bringing on everyone else. For me to be on a platform that Zane was on, or you just said Tammy, like everyone, like I thank you because it's like you born and raised in Park Heights, you grew up, in Baltimore, and for the person that thinks, okay, this is where I gotta stay. No, your mind can go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you make your mind, and if you've been enslaved in your mind, you won't move. As long as once you get to the realization that you can take whatever you want and go with it, you just got to get up and do the work. And when nobody else is not believing in you, you got to get up. Trust me. Someone asked, how do I handle bad reviews? I said, I haven't received any, but I will handle like anything else. I look at it, and if it makes sense, I'll be like, well, they make a little sense. I learn from it. If they trolling, I might ignore it, and then I might go troll back, because I can be a troller too. You don't want to troll me.
Hello.
Okay, because you don't want to troll me, especially if your read is remedial. I'll make you go learn your sight words before you come and try to read me. So if you troll me and it don't make sense, I might troll you back. But honestly, for the most part, I'm just joking. For the most part, I wouldn't even pay no mind. I'm not gonna stop, and right. I won't allow anybody else to make me stop. So, and you didn't either. I remember Blog Talk when it like, I remember that platform.
Yeah.
And to see where you've made this grown, that is awesome.
Well, again, it's because of down to earth celebrities like you that we're able to do this, and we've set a standard. I tell my team all the time, and God bless. Shout out to Cruise 8 Media team, because I have 29 volunteers. Some of them have been volunteering with me for almost 10 years now. So shout out to them. Awesome. And because they see the dream, they see the vision, and when you can get good people and surround yourselves, you're going to win championships. And you're a testament to that. You surrounded yourself with some good people. You're winning championships, and it's only going to get better. So I'm looking forward. And before we leave the air, I want to say this: within the next 24 to 48 hours, if you go to cruiseinkradio.com, we have what is called Celebrity Row, and you're going to see Miss Keisha Starr with the others on our Celebrity Row page.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Listen, you don't know how much that link about to get. I'm about to send a link to my mama. Mama made it. I'm about to go outside, and I'm going to throw my hand up to the heavens. Daddy, I made it.
God bless you.
Thank you.
The link is scrolling. You can also hear some great music at 10 o'clock. We got smooth jazz. So if you're into smooth jazz, get your Henny or what? Well, I won't say Henny, but whatever you like, your drink of privilege. It may be milk, it may be orange juice or whatever.
Listen.
There you go.
Don't know what's in this cup.
There you go. It's a Star Secret.
Star Secret.
Again. And see, that's one of the things I read, and said that you got a great sense of humor, and so again, we appreciate that. And if I keep my eyes open long enough, or wake some of the staff members up, that might be up there tonight. But for sure, tomorrow you will be in Celebrity Row. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I thank you so much, and I thank your team. Tell your team I said I thank them so much as well for just making all of this go on. It's nothing like having a team that see the dream and believe in you. And that shows a lot about your character, because they know when you get there, you're not going to leave them. You're going to bring them with you. That says a lot.
I'm a reformed corporate person now, but when I was in the streets, and I'll be honest about it, I always told my team, even, the people that hustle with me, if I'm eating, everybody at the table going to eat. And I'm not going to eat steak and watch you eat pork and beans. We all going to be eating steak if that's what you want. I have the same philosophy now. If I eat, everybody going to eat.
And then guess what? And then we eating pork and beans. We eating gourmet pork and beans, okay? Because that pork and bean going to be hooked up so good. The people that's eating steak going to ask for some pork and beans.
It's going to be hooked up. You're right.
Yes.
Well, darling, thank you so much for being here. And again, we'll be in touch with each other. And when you got something going on, you call your boy, the Beast from the East.
I'm going to call you. No, I'm going to call you. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank y'all.
All right, everybody. the one and only Miss Keisha Starr. You can find her on all social media. All you have to do is, like I did, is just type in her name and you will find
Keisha
her books.
Starr.
That's right, the
And if
Star.
you go to my website, you'll see my blogs, and you'll see all of my services that I have. So go to my Oh, you know what? When you finish, Mr. Cruz, go to my website under products and services and scroll down, and you'll see you can listen to like 5 songs that I wrote because I have it under the songwriting options, and it's like you can listen to the whole songs that I write to get a feel of it. Because I got a feeling you got some connections too out in that music world.
We might have to add that to our rotation. That's how
Yeah.
we get it done.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Let me know because I can set it.
Send me the MP3
Okay,
file
I
for the
will.
one that the two that you like the most and you know it's the dopest. Send those
Yes,
to us.
I
MP3
got you.
file. We're gonna
I
put it in
got you.
rotation.
I got you. Thank you.
All
See
right.
you.
Good night.
Bye bye.
All right, everybody. Again, we finished up back-to-back interviews for the first time in the history of doing this. We had the incredible Zane and then the phenomenal Keisha Starr. So, you guys, if you missed any of it, you can go to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, which is Cruise Radio 102.8 TV on YouTube, and catch all of the dope stuff that we had going on tonight. And we're going to be back with some more stuff. I'll tell you that right now. So this is only the beginning. Keep us in your prayers. If you want to donate, hey, we ain't begging, but you can go out to our website, and every penny that you donate will help us to continue to do what we do. So we love you. God bless you. And as I always say, whatever comes from the heart reaches the heart. Let somebody know how much you love, how much you care for them. Good night, everybody. Love you.